Hi everybody, Stefan here from the Little Older channel, and today I want to show you the Custom Knife Factory OSSOM. Welcome. This review has been a long time coming. I've got this knife in the craziness of my manic days in July, I think, where I got a new medication and kind of reacted not too great to it, and then I bought a few too many things. But this was among the very useful things, because you can always use a knife around the house, usually. But enough of the fun. This is a Custom Knife Factory knife from Anton Malyshev, who is a creator and knife maker that I like a great deal. Last year I bought the Custom Knife Factory s.s.e from him, which was a flipper, as opposed to this one, which is a stud knife. And you can also see how much the company evolved. Last year they gave you a cardboard kind of business card with the handwritten information about your knife on it. And this year also the pouches look better, but you get a kind of credit card like card which has all the important stuff already printed on it, and then just the number, the date and the signature under it. That's really fantastic. In just 1 year they stepped up a lot of their publicity game, because it's important to have stuff that looks good. You have the same good looking red cloth to wipe down your knife, and here you have the pocket clip if you should wish to put it on the other side. This is a very interesting knife indeed, but let's put the rest of this away so that the camera won't be confused all the time. I also had a bunch of spinners from Anton Malyshev. Those stuck around, huh? This is also one of his later ones where he went a bit out of the usual design. So I think he's a very interesting knife maker and designer in general. This knife also here, let's start with the handle. I don't start at the tip like some other perverts. And this is a titanium handle with a G10 overlay, which looks really nice in this stone washed or acid washed finish here. The blade is a M390 blade, which I always like if they come from my own country. And it's a hand rubbed satin finish, which also has this sand wash over it. Sand wash is what they call it. Here you can see the very nice thumb stud or thumb blade or whatever you call it. The whole thing runs very smoothly on bearings, although not drop shotty kind of, just smooth as it should be. And I heard from some people that you have to re-tighten the pivot, otherwise you get some blade play, but I have not had this at all so far. And some people also suggested Loctiting it. I also hadn't had that urge yet, as the pivot hasn't come loose at all. And if you check the centering, it is 100% centered. It's milled out a great deal. I hope you can see that, but it's hard with this one to get in there in the right angle. But just trust me when I say it's a lot milled out, and as you can see here, it's a total open pillar construction. You just have these points here, one where the pivot is and one where the back is. Otherwise, aside from that, It's completely open, which is nice to get the gunk out there in case you are using it for things that have something to do with gunk. But I don't think most people that buy Custom Knife Factory knives do a lot of work on the oil rig, otherwise they wouldn't use Custom Knife Factory knives. Let's compare it to the other Custom Knife Factory knife that I have here, like I said earlier, just to see what happened in the about 1 year that was in between the production of these two knives. So he went a bit smaller with this one, and he also is a bit more, he allows himself some more room to play. Here everything is very conservative and nothing out the lines, and here we have the interesting blade form, the blaze with the G10 and so on. So he's really evolving with the things that he as a designer allows himself to do, I think. Now just while we're comparing sizes, let's not do it its own thing. Here we have the large and cozy from Chris Reeve Knives. This is a larger knife. I haven't even told you the dimensions yet. Well, sometimes videos go differently than you thought. Remember when you got married? Well, I do, and I also remember the divorce. Here we have the Kershaw Method, which is a 3.25 inch knife, so this is a lot smaller, but in general this is not too large a knife. The overall length is just 20 centimeters, which is 7.87 inches, and the blade length is 8.7 centimeters, which is 3.43 inches. Let's check out the blade thickness on my new super high-end caliber, and it says 3.78. If I press it any harder, will it say 380, which is the given one? No, it won't. Oh yes, 380, which is correct. You have one, sir. Caliber, you have one. So, and finally, another detail we need is of course the weight, and yes, I'm still highly unprofessionally using a kitchen scale, because as one viewer put it, I have lost my Coke scale. So we have 111 grams. I don't know if you can even put this one into ounces. And on my cheat sheet, no, sorry, nobody ever mentioned the weight, so I'll put in a figure of it in the video so you know what it's in ounces. This runs on a single row bearing, on a ceramic one, and yeah, it runs like a dream, although I might have to check up the pivot a bit as they suggested, because it seems like it's just a bit rough lately, so I might put a drop of oil in there too. That might fix it, because as I said, there's no blade place, so I don't think loosening the pivot is the problem here. I really am having a lot of fun, and actually this knife has brought me back into liking knives, loving knives, because I was mostly buying knives just to have a review, but not really because I loved them like I did a year or two ago. Well, actually it was in late 2016 that I burned out on knives, but this brought me right back. I was back a few times, but then I fell out again, but this knife I think brought me back permanently. Now let's check out some cutting footage. Okay, as you saw, the knife is really sharp and does its job well. So if you are interested in that knife, it's still available on From Russia with Knives, which is the home base of Custom Knife Factory. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps the video a lot in getting seen more often. And if you want to be informed about future videos, please consider subscribing and you'll get a notification whenever I upload a new video, which isn't that often actually. Okay, have a great day and thanks for watching. Bye bye.